Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 165 pounds, fighting out of the last round and trained by Simon Bakinde, Patrick De Souza!
Again, Matt, you gotta imagine it's De Souza and not De Souza.
Who cares? It's a little appetite for destruction up in this piece. Well, he hit it too. There is a guy wearing a leather bathrobe clapping for De Souza. I guess I respect it. I don't know. A leather bathrobe.
He's just blowing kisses, too. He's got some silver shoes. I don't know what's going on in the crowd.
New York doesn't mess
tonight.
around in terms of fashion. Boston, I hope you're taking notes. Leather bathrobes in the Big Apple. Sunglasses inside, too.
Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 165 pounds, fighting out of Gotham Gym and trained by Luis Ortiz, Ryan Scheiderman!
On paper, real even matchup on paper. Both men are listed at 5'10", 165 pounds. Patrick De Souza, a little older, 33 years old. Ryan Scheiderman at 26 years old.
All right, Mark, I got to cut you off. Now, earlier in the night, we saw some massive head cutouts. If you look, Scheiderman, is that what we're saying?
Yep.
They have small heads, but there's like a ton of them to the left.
Our ninth fight of the evening is brought to you by our silver sponsors, Branch Zorda Wealth Management Group and Matthew Petrillo.
We're looking at about a dozen Scheidermans in the crowd. Scheiderman
does whatever
Scheiderman can.
I would have been Scheider can probably, but I understand where you were going with that.
Scheiderman out of Gotham.
Oh,
you would think Bathman.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
And he's the one who gets the interviews, ladies and gentlemen. That's the lead mic.
Another consideration, generally speaking, not generally speaking, by the rule of the book, you shouldn't have any tape or anything like that, which De Souza does have all over his back.
Yeah, you can relax it at the club level. It's something that shouldn't happen.
Both these dudes super comfortable, man.
Yeah, and again,
we'll see if it translates.
If you're gonna shimmy before the fight, like you better win. You got a first southpaw.
Yeah, there it is, exactly. And you know what? Not only do we have our first southpaw, I think he might have some stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
He's lining up that left hand already. Good left hand by Scheiderman.
Scheiderman's wild, but that he can punch, no doubt about it. De Souza's trying to stop the rhythm a little bit here. Looks like he has more of a conventional defense. We'll see how effective that is.
Scheiderman floating the wrong way. He's floating to his own left consistently. And again, there's a million ways to win in boxing, but just basic boxing, you should be floating the opposite direction.
De Souza actually landed on that exchange. Now that's a push.
That was emphatic enough. You want?
Wow, they're calling that a knockdown.
Jeez. No argument from De Souza. I don't know.
Yeah, De Souza's corner though. On the other hand, you know, that there might have been a small punch on the inside that preceded that knockdown. I don't believe so. That looked like a pretty obvious push. I do like that the pace is slowed a little bit. We're seeing a little bit better boxing now.
De Souza's just running straight into that left hand. He's gonna eat a big one. He's got to be a little more patient and jab a little more, and not he's walking down Scheiderman, but Scheiderman's looking for a counter straight left hand.
De Souza needs to continue to press, but press behind his offense, right? Mainly the jab, right? If he just comes in just flailing on the outside, he's going to walk into a big power punch, which he very well may have already. Oh,
he landed
great
clean.
left hook. Great left hook by D'Souza. Best punch from him on the fight.
But
so
again,
far.
he's walking out blind offense. That's on the referee has to get out of the way. It's on the referee. Step out of the way.
Oh, D'Souza feeling all right, saying, nah, you thought, bro.
That's
Okay.
10 seconds left. There's
This
terrible
official-
confusion again.
This official's struggling. She's struggling.
Metro LBC, we love you guys. Let's step up our game a little bit. Let's
Yeah.
polish it up. Referee's got to get out of the way. You got to make those claps clear. You got to give people the 10-second warning. Then you got to make the ring timer definitive. So again, close competitive.
Close
maybe not
competitive round. I think it was. I think obviously you have to give it to Scheiderman, right?
with that whatever that knockdown thing was.
Yeah, even then, right? Let's omit that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I do
he
believe
landed
it to be a
cleaner,
slip.
harder
I think
left
he
hands
landed
over and
cleaner,
over,
harder
yeah, no
punches,
doubt.
You know, I think D'Souza has some ability, and he has found some success once he closed the distance.
I get a very animated corner from D'Souza. It looks like there's a lot of information coming from a guy who's fighting from behind, who might have gotten stung early in that fight. You got to slow down. He's talking a lot about lateral head movement. I think his corner would be best invested just settle in a little bit.
One thing I did like is exactly what you're saying. When D'Souza was handed the 8 count, I did look at his corner, and his corner did, gesture to, pump the brakes, relax, I think the official might be having trouble hearing here, too, because I think she missed the seconds out. The round has already started. There's more confusion. This,
great multiple left hit. The
the official's
referee.
screaming stop. I think she's going to give Souza an 8 count.
I'm not familiar with this referee. I'm not going to say I'm entirely impressed with the performance right now. You have to maintain the safety of the boxers.
Yeah, again, if we're going to be critical of boxers and corners and everything in between, right? It's only fair that the officials be held to the same high standards. I'm sure that, like anything else, the more experience now, the officials turned it back as well. I don't mean to take away from the.
What?
Oh my God!
What are we doing?
This
The red
guy's-
corner has D'Souza has no idea where to go to a neutral corner.
But this is a makeup call. The crowd's starting to get a little bit animated as well. With all due respect, I hope this is probably the last we see the official as the third
Good,
person in the ring.
sneaky right hand.
Yeah, shifting the focus back to what's important, the boxers, regardless of what's transpiring with the third person in the ring. I did see a sneaky right hand from Scheiderman there. This round on paper is pretty even. It was pretty
Scheiderman
even.
landed some bombs. A left
Get
hand.
caught in the way out, though. with a
D'Souza,
little bit of right
landed
hand.
some shots of his own.
I think what we're seeing here is that Scheiderman is the bigger puncher. I do think D'Souza might be the more durable of the two.
Yeah, I mean, he's eating shots that I'm shocked. They're going to call this a knockdown? No, okay. Yeah, one thing right.
So it's interesting because that was a slip, as was the first knockdown in the first round. Careful coming in there, buddy. Again, there's a lot to unpack there, right? Let's go back to the fighters, right? In terms of what we've seen in the past 2 rounds, right? How do you have this scored? Look at, hold on. This cornerman is arguing with one of the ringside officials, and he might be getting ejected. If he's not getting ejected, he's getting a strong talk. The official just fell over. The official just fell over.
The head
ringside.
official of the Metro LBC has just fallen down ringside. We might have they might call time. It does
This
not.
is something
It genuinely does not look good. Looks
I've
like a
never
serious
experienced.
injury.
I think it was his leg mark.
I think you have a very serious. I think you have a
All right,
very
so
serious
what you're gonna
injury by
see
one of the
is
officials.
a stop in the action because the ringside doctor is tending to a head USA Boxing official.
Boxers in the ring have no idea what's going on.
No,
it's not their fault.
But the official does. This is going to be a timeout. And
the referee needs to communicate to both corners right now exactly what's happening.
there's a medical emergency ringside. From what I saw, Mark,
It looked like he slipped and fell.
It looked like he slipped and injured his leg. I'm hoping that's what we're looking at. Now, for those watching at home, every USA Boxing bout requires a ringside physician to be just that, ringside, to tend to the boxers. If they are occupied with an injury, whether it's from a previous bout or in this case a ringside physician or a ringside official, they're not able to tend to the bouts. If they're unable to tend to the bouts at the moment, the action has to stop for the safety of everyone involved.
Further than that, you need to have an ambulance on site. If this individual needs an ambulance to escort him to a hospital, you're going to see a halt in the action until you have an ambulance on site. This could result in a very lengthy delay in the bouts tonight.
I will say the ringside official is now up, and it appears to be seated. In addition to the ringside physician that I've seen earlier in the night, I see other medical professionals tending to the individual, which I believe are members of the paramedics or EMT team.
Again, in D'Souza's corner, you had a very animated cornerman who was in some sort of dispute or heavy heated conversation with one of the head officials of USA Boxing Metro.
Yeah, and then from there, as the dispute seemed to end, the cornerman made his way back to the red corner, and the USA Boxing official made his way back to the table. On his way back to the table, he lost his balance. This is interesting. They restarted the bout, but I don't know that all of the medical staff is in a position to tend to the boxers, and these guys are throwing. Oh, D'Souza landed a tremendous blow.
Both boxers have spun around during this round already.
Oh,
that's a clean knockdown. Very clean knockdown.
That's a clean knockdown. 100% on the money.
Scheiderman needs to stay in a neutral corner. He should be in the white corner. The referee needs to look around.
The left shoulder is dislocated. Wave the bout off.
Wave the bout off.
Yes.
There it is.
That is a shoulder dislocation, and now we have a medical staff that is tending to a USA Boxing official and a ringside physician now entering the ring to tend to a shoulder injury. That was one of the most wild bouts I've ever seen in all my years of amateur boxing. We have a ringside official injured. We had something like 4 or 5 8 counts. We had a fighter injured as a result of a knockdown. As Scheiderman landed his straight left hand, D'Souza was floored and landed with the weight of his body on his left shoulder, ultimately what appeared to dislocate it.
Again, I'll say emphatically that referee should be able to take the rest of the night off. It was bad to the point of being a distraction, Matt. If we're being completely honest with ourselves, it's the safety of the fighters is the absolute priority to amateur boxing. We need to be better.
Now, I did mention earlier in the bout that Patrick D'Souza had contact tape all over both of his shoulders, so I'm wondering if that's a pre-existing injury. He also didn't seem totally shocked or surprised.
Yeah, it wasn't. So when you see an injury like that, obviously there's pain, but often there's like that fear and confusion. It almost looked like it was pain, but he's like, oh man, like this ain't the first time this has happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Official decision coming up, folks.
Round of applause for our 2 brave pugilists out there. The referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 15 seconds of the 3rd round, declaring your winner out of the blue corner, Ryan Scheiderman.